Hey Gemini, your May reading is ready, and if you have any questions about something that comes up here in this space today, I'm happy to connect with you in the comments, so feel free to reach out. I'm Eleanor, and this reading includes your May theme, 3 clarifiers on it, week-to-week forecast, career, work, and money stuff up here, love down here, and then an affirmation for the badass that you are. So the first thing I want to say is this may have set a record for the longest it has ever taken for the cards to come out in my 6 years of reading tarot. It's like they were really pushing back and saying, we will not be rushed. So I think in May, you absolutely will be putting your foot down on feeling rushed. Your pace will be sacrosanct. So your theme is island solitude, and this does not mean a month of loneliness. It means having actually to intentionally set aside some time and space for yourself. This is going to be so nourishing this month. And when this first came out, I was like, people aren't going to like that. But no, I'm actually seeing relief. Like, oh God, thank you. I have been craving that for a while now. Now you have an excuse to give people. So you're going to have to be intentional about it though. Build it into your routine somehow. There is some sensory overwhelm that really needs to be addressed for everything else to run more smoothly, particularly your interactions with others. I mean, none of us likes solitude when it's involuntary, but when we choose to gift it to ourselves with intention, it is actually pretty luxurious. So your first clarifier for this is the High Priestess in reverse. And so if you are a channel of any kind, others could be bringing their own energy signature or interference, and you might need to create better space for tuning into your own guidance and intuition. If it's not that, but just like day-to-day life, there is still too much external input that's either drowning out your inner guidance system or causing you to second guess what you do here. And it's almost like you need to create a recording studio like environment, like with the foamy walls, to cut down on all of that superfluous input. Now your second clarifier is the Eight of Swords, and you might have some mental blocks to work through before you will accept and allow this. And I can definitely see excuses and talking yourself out of it, or making so many special exceptions that it just never happens. And these swords are all of your yeah buts. So I mean, if every single social interaction really is that unavoidable, how can you block out some time when you are actually physically alone, like to remove electronic input, like the videos that you might have on in the background to avoid silence? And yeah, I know I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot with that one, but anyway, they already know that you're going to make excuses, so that's just something to be mindful of. Now your third clarifier for Island is the Four of Cups. They could be just trying to reassure you that it will be worth it here, and they could also be giving you a self-inquiry prompt about needs and why attempts to satisfy them have fallen short. Or if your socializing has started to become disappointing, all the more reason to step back and allow yourself to breathe. And also with that Eight of Swords, you might tell yourself that you don't have time, but this says there are some missed opportunities to claim that space for yourself. Okay, for the first week, you have the Eight of Cups. So there is some emotional detachment and seeking of something more. Maybe you really do decide that this solitude is something you're going to prioritize. This indicates that you might have to be pretty intentional. I mean, I guess I said that already, but maybe communicate or communicative or punctuated about it. So letting people know, this is my goal. This is what I'm choosing. This is why. Please respect it. It's not about you. And if it's not that, it's just something else that you're moving towards. You're seeking out something new that is worthy of your emotional investment. Something that's going to yield more in the long run, even if it means giving up a little something now. Now for the second week, you have the Temperance reverse. So the slow process of disentanglement. And this is a process that you know is coming because there has been a lot in your previous cards in previous months about endings and changes, lots of towers stuff, actually lots of Eight of Cups too. So I just think the time of the reality is arriving to begin processing and sorting, teasing things apart. My stuff versus your stuff. Old life, new life. Old identity, new identity, etc. This island energy is really going to serve this process because you'll want to make pure decisions and not the ones that others would want you to make. It's the energy of cell division, like when an amoeba replicates itself. One life becomes two somehow. It's really weird. I've never given it much thought existentially about the consciousness of a one-celled organism. Anyway, For the third week, you have the Chariot reversed. So like I said at the beginning, you are pushing back hard against being rushed. You're saying, I will do this at my pace, in my time, in my way. There's a little bit of a hard stop to effort towards something that you thought you wanted. And this could be a relationship that you were pursuing, and suddenly you see this person in a different light and you lose interest, or a type of job or lifestyle and your philosophy changes on it, or you become aware of a downside and that makes it no longer desirable to you. And so you just stop making moves towards it. And if it's not that, there's still a deflated goal of some kind, some air out of your tires for something. And you're saying, put on the brakes, let's wait, or let's fix something first. Now for the fourth week, you have the Knight of Wands reversed. And it's almost saying the same thing, kind of, but like this might be the cause and this might be the effect. But without a goal, it is hard to motivate towards anything really. So here's how to make the best use of the back half of May. Rest. Actually rest. And if someone asks, what are you doing? And you say nothing, and they go, great, you're available. That's when you correct them and you say, no, I'm doing nothing. Not to be confused with available or not doing anything. It's like, I'm busy taking care of myself. I have my hands full, processing some emotions, communing with my intuition, or whatever. And it doesn't work if you have it hanging over your head that it's a bad thing. So this is not to be confused with rotting, which has a little bit of a sheepish energy to it. This is like a 2-week long exhale that you really need to take. So really important with this last half of the month, I'm feeling a little bit of a stern warning from it, honestly, like slow down or else. And why we might be speeding at the pace that we have been is refusal to face boredom. So I think we have to confront boredom and whatever it is that is so uncomfortable about it. And here's why. Because there's a motor that is about to overheat. And when that happens in an appliance, that shuts down. So I see the potential for stress injuries, falling asleep while driving, or forgetting to pay a bill even though you have the money, that sort of thing. Anyway, for work, you have the Three of Pentacles and the Student of Air. Further growth will require a curiosity for new information. And also, if you are on a team of any kind, your listening skills are going to be your biggest asset right now. And also, something says follow your curiosity to the next piece of the puzzle or go down the rabbit hole. And it doesn't matter if you have a 9-to-5, your own business, or live off of investments, or with your parents or something. Any situation, ask questions. For further growth and advancement of your position in life, ask questions. Follow your curiosity. It's like a guide. And look, with Three of Pentacles, all the more reason to get your solitude so that you can show up as your best self when you do have to work and collaborate with others and not already be so sick of people. You're going to value them more, your colleagues. And also the key, or I should say one of the keys to understanding others is to understand yourself. And final thought here, I think your earning potential could benefit from taking some kind of course. Or if there is an opportunity to learn something new in any form, they recommend jumping on that for the resume keyword factor that algorithms will catch. So for love, you have the King of Swords, Page of Wands. Excellent communication here. And there's also a potential new interest, possibly. It's just a spark right now, though, or it could just be the inspiration to get out and date for some of you. But there is encouragement here to engage in intellectually stimulating conversation because it could lead to someone getting turned on. Talking puts the chemistry in motion. It gets the juices flowing. And if this is a couple, I'm just going to put out there the old standard, older air sign, younger fire sign. But also, if it says communication is key, unlock the passion by connecting intellectually. And I almost overlooked this. There is another scenario. Be mindful of your impulses. The first scenario is kind of with a vetted person. But if you're not dealing with a vetted person and it's getting a little hot, try to think clearly. Think with the head on your shoulders, as they say. Don't let the animal in you overthrow your mental sovereignty. Like, I kind of see a little power imbalance too. So if it is you with the upper hand, obviously don't abuse it. But if it's them, you balance it out with rational thinking, staying lucid, as it were. Now, your affirmation for a badass is, you are effing amazing, rock that ish. So I'm kind of just going to leave that one there. This month has a lot of challenge, but it's nothing that you can't handle, nothing that isn't a gateway to a breakthrough. So I hope that helps, Gemini. I hope you have a great month, and I will talk to you in May for June. Thank you.